The Inuit. Hello. Who are the Inuit, you ask? This is who the Inuit are. Well, no, not these dogs, the people behind them. They are a group of indigenous people in the Arctic regions of Greenland, Canada, and the United States. They live in a very extreme, cold, and harsh environment that requires cooperation of the community for survival. Clothing and shelter. The Inuit had two different homes depending on whether it was winter or summer. In winter, most Inuit lived in an igloo as a temporary shelter because they were nomadic. Their shelter had to be quick and easy to build. They only typically took about an hour. Sleeping platforms were made of icebox and covered with fur. During the few months when temperatures were above freezing, also known as summer, the Inuit lived in tents, tupiks, made of animal skins or sod houses, karmats. This is the clothing that the Inuit wore. Look familiar? You might have seen something similar in the movie Brother Bear. The clothing that the Inuit used were from animal skins and fur, most commonly caribou because of its good insulation and lightweight. However, other animal skins were also used, sometimes even mammal intestines because they provide resistance to water. The anorak was the Inuit parka, which consisted of two layers of caribou skin, an inner layer with fur facing the skin and an outer layer with the fur facing out. The amalti, which is the women's parka, was similar to the anorak, only that the hood was traditionally made extra large with a separate compartment below the hood to allow the mother to carry her baby against her back. For the first couple of years, children stayed in the hood of their mother's amalti until they were 2 to 3 years old, when they would start wearing atajogs or combination suits. Food gathering and hunting techniques. The Inuit diet consists of food that is fished, hunted, and gathered locally. These include walrus, ringed seal, bearded seal, beluga whale, caribou, polar bear, musk oxen, birds and their eggs, and fish. Their diet was typically high in protein and very high in fat. In traditional diets, 75% of their daily intake was fat. They also sometimes ate plants, however there weren't many because most couldn't survive in the harsh environment. The Inuit were skilled hunters and were able to hunt food all year round. There were different hunting techniques depending on the animal. Seals were the most important source during the winter months and usually the largest part of the Inuit diet. They would hunt seals by capturing them when they broke through the ice to reach air and breathe. Transport and trade. The Inuit would use dogs and dog sleds as their primary source for transportation. A team of huskies would pull a sled made of wood or bones over ice and snow. The Inuit also made boats for travel. One of these boats was called the kayak, which, because of its buoyancy, is still used today, spelt kayak. Another boat, called the umiak, was larger and used for transporting people, goods, and dogs. Trade was quite important with the Inuit because of the highly unpredictable Arctic environment. Some years, one area would have an abundance of animals, while other areas would have shortages. The Inuit would sometimes travel long distances to trade with other Inuit. Items that were traded the furthest distances were the ones that were rare and most valuable.
Created using Powtoon.